Hello there, everyone. TheAndrata here, and welcome back to episode 54 of our FTB OceanBlock Let's Play series, where today we are getting started with Draconic Evolution. So let's jump right in. All right, so before we dive into the super meat of this episode, which is I want to get started with Draconic, we need to figure out sewage because I can't get any more hydroponic beds until we get more sewage processed, and I can't get any more sewage processed because the way that the sewer works is it has range. As you can see here, the sewer has, well, it has a working area. So what I need to do is check out like what does the sewage's working area expand to. Okay, so that covers for the most part all of this. Now how does it get the sewage? Because I was debating, should we just move this into there, into the center of the area, and allow it to look, we're getting more sewage now. I don't know if I necessarily like this having such a massive working area, but basically every operation that this does, it produces sewage essentially, if there are animals in the area. And since I have this set on set to be slower, let's turn this back on. There are animals present. Actually, I did speed it back up again just because I had a massive backstuffing of animals. Um, but yeah, so every operation, it's going to produce sewage, essentially. Is that what I'm getting at? As long as there are entities in the area. Because remember, we need fertilizer for each hydroponic bed, and I went to craft just a bunch of them and get them set up in that room. Don't have enough fertilizer. So I think this is going to be okay. I don't know if I don't necessarily like. I guess it doesn't matter if one of these passive mobs happens to wander over here, they're gonna get sewaged too. So it doesn't really make too much of a difference. Okay, we can leave that there. Let me get that blessed earth back. As you can see, I cleared out a spot for the blessed earth to go because I was like, oh, I'm gonna put it right in the smack dab center of the room. But yeah, I think that'll work. And our what's it called is fast enough to keep up with this. The mob crusher, hopefully, at its slowest speed. Yeah, mobs that tend to stay around a little bit, but that's good for us because it allows us to produce more fertilizer. So I'm not going to complain. So then we just need to get this fertilizer into our system, which I can just tap into for now. We can just go. Where is a pipe? Item pipe. We can just very ugly like so, and we can set it to extract from the top, and that'll put the fertilizer into our refined storage system because it's going to go into the ender chests that sit at the end here. Doesn't look great, but remember, eventually all this is going to be gone, and so then I can just set up an ender chest right on top of this or in the bottom or something. And you know what? I don't even need to do that. I just realized. They can just export to this chest to the right. Fertilizer, push to the right. Bam. So now the fertilizer will show up in here. And look, we're getting a ton of sewage now, so we're going to be good to go. We're getting so much sewage that I'm going to most likely need to add it to a drawer because we'll back stuff on sewage since it is an infinite resource. So, or I'm sorry, fertilizer. Hey, look, we got 29 of them already. Let's go ahead and add them to a drawer. Bam. Speaking of drawers, I want to just address the elephant in the room when it comes to this pack and the end game. I don't know where we're going to end up with on the end game. We have a lot of stuff in our things. Something's filling up. I always check this to see if one of these guys starts filling up like this is, there's something that's not added into the drawers. And so we're going to check that in a second. But um end game in this pack, these singularities are kind of somewhat ridiculous for some of them. I don't honestly know if we're going to be getting into like wyvern energy cores really. That's a lot of draconium and yeah, like I don't know because it's just a lot of work. Stuff like this for this end game is super ridiculous. Kind of makes for challenging engaging content for you guys when we require all this and you need one ultimate singularity per, and then in order to create like an energy cube we're going to need multiple ultimate singularities. Like it's just not fun at that point for you guys to watch because it's basically just me sitting around AFKing for 24 hours. I come in, we craft it, and then it's gone. So we'll see where we end up with the end game. We may just do everything that we can in the pack and then call it a day from there. Yeah, we really don't have a lot of stuff. I need to start working on getting these seeds reprocessed that we have in here. I was looking to see, do we have anything like ridiculous amounts of? Look at that. We already have 431 draconium essence from me doing the thing, having that hydroponic bed set up. How about our fluorite essence? Is that in here? No. Okay, cool. So yeah, we're actually just getting to a point where we're back stuffing on our refined storage system, which is fine. We can always make more storage disks. Like we've been running with these two 16Ks since the beginning of the pack, essentially. So yeah. But yeah, draconium essence, fluorite, we're doing good. We have 400, and we're maintaining. We have a net positive on that now, which is great. Draconium, we have definitely enough draconium. Let's see, our reactor has not exploded yet, so that's good. If we come over here, we're sitting pretty over on this side. Good on our fissile fuel. You're doing good. You're good. Everything's back stuffed for the most part. Yeah, okay. So I'm happy. I'm happy with this. As I come over here, um, okay. Well, as I come over here, unfortunately, this does not only go from 1 to 15. As this fills up, it triggers. So we just shut off our reactor. That's great. How can I set this up so that it turns this signal, no matter what comes in here, it'll only output to this if it's 15? Like, I only want this to output. Like, even if this is 4, once this hits 15, it can trigger the rest of this stuff. And that's what I want. Because I only want this to kick on when this hits 15. Because we just backstuffed. And yeah. And to be honest, now that I think about it, we're probably never going to hit that 256 mark, which means these things will never kick back on. Let's go ahead and I'll just disable this. We'll let this run. Let this run through the back stuff of junk, right? Yeah. Yeah, it's gonna do the isotopic centrifuge first until it runs out of its plutonium. Now, curious, we don't have any nuclear waste. Did we burn through it all already? Even though this triggered. Activate again. I'm just gonna go ahead and break that. Somebody, if that's possible, is it? My redstone knowledge, my vanilla redstone knowledge is very limited. Is it possible to get this to, because this is outputting, an increasing number based on how full it is, but I only want this to trigger when this is full. 15 is when it hits 15 when this is completely full. Is there a way to do this that this is 15 when it hits there? Like, other than running a long chain of redstone so that it only hits 1 when it gets to there. Yes, that's feasible. Annoying. It wouldn't look nice. So anyway, we'll just leave it disconnected for now. We'll let this run. Fluorite's probably going to start draining again. We'll see if we can maintain our fluorite production, because this is going to start filling back up, and then these are filling back up and producing their stuff and everything. So yeah, we'll see where we end up with all that. But anyway, reactor's running good, and we're producing a good amount of power to fill up our induction matrix. So I like it. I like that we went over there, though, and that thing triggered, because that let me know that is not the way that those barrels operate. I was hopeful, but alas, no. Okay, anyway, today we are going to work on getting set up with with Draconic Evolution. We need to figure out where in the world is Carmen Sandiego, but also where in the world are we going to put this Draconic setup here. I was debating maybe we should just kick off another section like this, or yeah, because we're still using the pink slime, and we'll eventually need wither skeleton skulls for stuff. So I was thinking maybe we can kick off another section over here and set up the Draconic fusion crafting core We don't need this. We don't need this anymore. And start getting this set up and just put a little thing over here. Yeah, maybe. Does that sound like a good idea? I think it does. All right, I'll be back. Let me build it. All right, there we go. So we have a, what is this? 7x7, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, 7x7 platform. Our fusion crafting core can sit here, and then we can have all of the, the crafter thingy sitting off on the sides. And we'll see how this works. Hopefully this ends up being large enough. We'll find out. We'll find out. So anyway, so what do we need to get started with Draconic? So preface this section of the mod pack with, I have never used Draconic before, so I am not 100% sure the best way to go about doing this. Let's collect our rewards. Oh, a copy paste gadget. Yay. I already had one. Let me be honest. I don't want another one. Just going to get rid of it. Go ahead. Anyway, so yeah, like I said, prefacing this with, I have never played with Draconic before. Never used it in 1.12 or anything. I've watched other people use it, but it's different in 1.16. So we're going to be going through this together and see, how things work. Yeah, anyway, so let's go ahead. It says, so for our quest book, let's go ahead and check it out. So first off, we have read the description. Knowledge is power. Okay, so you want to use all the tools. Tools and armor work with modules now. Without any modules, they don't do anything, is they have at least 2 energy modules. So in order to get all the tools and everything that we want, we need to get modules inside of them. And then this is the crafting process. So what are we going to want from Draconic first off? So we're going to want the sword, of course. I think we're going to want the bow as well. So we'll add the wyvern bow to our to-do list, and then you can tier them up as you go. We're also going to want the chest plate. Is that in here? The chest plate? The chest piece? Yes. That is in you? Yeah, slot body. Yes. Okay, cool. Because this goes, no longer do you have to wear a full set of Draconic gear. You can, do it all can fit in a curio slot, so you can double up on your gear. So anyway, so those are the few things that we're going to start off wanting outside of the modules. So the first thing we're going to need to do is, we have draconium dust, we have draconium ingots. Great. We need draconium cores. So let's go ahead and add that to the to-do list. We're also going to want these module thingies that it says here, module cores. So we'll add that to the to-do list to teach the system. We're also going to need to teach the system how to make the draconium, and let's get all that stuff kicked off real quick. Okay. So let's pop down here. I'm going to go to sleep because it is nighttime. Just because I don't know when the last time I slept is, and I don't want phantoms running around and, annoying me as we're trying to do stuff. Okay, so let's teach the system a few of these things first. Draconium cores, gear first. Bam. Draconium ingots is going to be this, since we have the essence available to us. Module cores is going to be this. Do we need to teach the system how to make these? Yeah, because I'm lazy and I don't like having to do it. This though, we can craft ourselves because we're only going to need one of these fusion crafting cores. So let's pop into here. Easiest way to drop these off is just do this and get crafting. Okay, so back over here, let's go ahead and kick off the things that we're going to want. So from what I understand, for the fusion injection, we're going to want 9 to start upgrading. Okay, so we're going to need a total of 9. I'm going to go ahead and make 12. If we look at our recipes for the fusion, you can see here, like this is going to require 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. But if we look at the wyvern fusion crafting or draconic, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. There's 9. Anyway, eventually, once you get into things like upgrading, some of these require you to have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. See, for example, in order to get this to upgrade to the Draconic Staff of Power, you need 10 of these. So we're going to go ahead and set up 12. I think, honestly, I think there's one recipe that might need 20 of them, but we'll do 12 just to. So let's do that. At Draconic. And where is our essence at? Essence is not draconic. Essence is mystical agriculture, which is why we don't see it in there. We have 4 wyvern pickaxes, by the way, apparently from random rewards. But we're going to request 12 of these. And then that was quick. We're going to go ahead and get our fusion crafting core. Okay. The fusion crafting core is going to sit center here. It does have a GUI. There's a light mode, dark mode switch, which is kind of nice. I like a dark mode. I'm a big fan of a dark mode in the world. Now, how do these need set up? Is it 1 block or 2 blocks away? I think it's 2 blocks away that these get set up, right? Is that correct? Man, I do not know. I guess we're gonna find out. But let's set these up. Do I need to like shift click? They need to be facing this guy, so I guess I'm gonna have to set up some stone so I can place them against it. That's annoying. And I guess setting up 4 on each side makes it look very odd. I should do 5 on each side. Man, my OCD is gonna bother me now that those are only it's only 4 on each side. I'm not gonna set up the 4th one. Nope, I can't. My brain will not allow it. And 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Is that correct? 2 blocks away. I think it needs to be 2 blocks away. I believe that assessment is correct. Could be 100% wrong though. I don't know if this will actually show anything until I put stuff inside of them. So on the UI of these, they have 2 modes, by the way. They have stack mode or they have single item mode. I'm going to switch all of these to single item mode. The reason being, some of the recipes that you craft are going to require you to put, like, for example, 2 draconic cores or whatever these things, draconium cores. If you had it in stack mode and I were to put, if I had 2 in my hand and I right clicked on one of these to put them in there, it's going to put both of them into one, which is annoying. I want to have it on single item so that I can just put 1 into each. If I was doing bulk crafting, we could switch it over to stack mode so I can set, 15 inside of here, 15 in here, whatever. But for the most part, we're going to be doing single crafting. So, yeah, that's where we're at with that. Now, we do need power to each of these. So let's go ahead and get some power run. And it's going to look terrible because these aren't full blocks. So lovely for us. Okay. And we can set up a flux point somewhere and just run cables all around. And yes, I could, set up a flux point for each set of these. I don't know if that's going to be necessary. We are going to need more universal cables, though. That's for sure. Nope. Go away. Okay. So let's get these all powered up. I love this extra reach that we have. Oh, so close. And then we can just do that. Remember, each one of these extra cables is going to act as a battery, essentially. So, and then I guess in the back here, we can go ahead and put the flux point there. I like that. And these are our draconic crafters. What are these called? Yeah, fusion crafters. We're going to disable the limit. We'll let this thing pull as much power as it wants to. I think that kind of looks cool. The power cables down at the bottom. Okay, so that is draconic crafting. Give me that. No, thank you. So that is how we do it. No valid recipe. So it did detect that these guys have power and that they're ready to go. I don't believe they get their power until you actually put a recipe in there, but let's go ahead and figure out. Let's make something. So we did this. Let's make a sword. What do we need for a sword? Well, we need a couple things that I don't know exactly what we're going to do with. Okay, so let's get the things that we have. Wyvern energy controller. How are you made? Like this. We're going to go teach the system how to make that because it's a standard craft. That's easy enough. And it's going to eventually, we're going to need these things. So we have that. For the sword, we're going to need basic energy relay crystals, which is also Wyvern energy surrounded by diamonds, which is easy enough. Okay. And that's actually everything we need to get the sword. And then we're going to have to work on upgrades and all that stuff, which is most likely going to be in a future episode. But yeah, kick off the craft of everything we need and give it to me. If I Clear grid. Does that put that? Oh, it does put it in my inventory. Okay, I like that. Oh, man. Oh, and I got a ring of far reach. Really? I made this thing. And now I got one for free. Let's see. Basic fusion crafter. If I pick this up, you have NBT data, so I don't know if it's going to recognize the quest is going to recognize it. Ah, it did. Okay, cool. Now I need to get a piece of stone or something to just do this so I can put that back. Okay. So that finished off that quest. And then for our next quest, it's upgrading, to the higher tiers. Wyvern core. Didn't I have one of those? No. Wyvern cores are made like this, but we need nether stars. It is in our most likely next episode. We're going to work on getting our wither builder killer thingy going. But yeah, let's try crafting a sword. So what do I need? I need a diamond sword. So let's craft that. And then all we have to do is put the stuff where it belongs in the crafters here. So, like I was saying before, right now we have everything set to single mode, except for this guy, right? So if I were to place these here, ultimately what I want is to put one ingot here and say one ingot here. If I were to right click on this one though, look, it put both ingots inside of there, which is not what we want because this is going to complain no valid recipe because it's recognizing two inside of that one crafter. So what I need to do is take these out, switch this to single item mode, put this there and put this there. And now inject tier 2 low. What does that mean? Oh, I see what it means. Tier is wyvern. Well, okay, so we need to immediately start working on upgrading our stuff. I see what it is wanting from me. In order to do anything, we need to get our crafters upgraded. Right now we're at basic tier crafting. It's saying that we need to be at wyvern tier crafting. Okay, so we need to upgrade these guys. So let's start that. All right, so what do you need for this? Just block of draconium is really the only thing that we don't have in the system. So basically, I see what we're going to need to do is just upgrade all this stuff fairly quickly. Does the basic tier even do anything except allow us to upgrade? It's a good question. I don't have an answer to it. And then the wyvern cores. So we need nether stars. All right. Oh, I have another star. How many of these do we need to actually be able to do this, though, is the question. We'll find out. And then next episode, we're going to set up our wither automated killer process. It's been a while. I mean, what, we're 54 episodes in now, and we still haven't set up an automated. We have a wither milker, but we don't have a wither killer. Okay, so let's go ahead and kick off the craft. No, the nether star is there. Yeah, you just need one of those. So go ahead and kick off the craft. Interesting that it didn't make the other draconium core. Just give me everything. Okay, cool. And I think I have extra diamonds now. So give me you. You're going to go in there. And then the recipe for this was what again? 4 diamonds. I have 8. You can go away. And then we can just place these in here. 3, 4. You, and you. So now if we look at this, it is ready to craft. I mean, what we can do is actually, I believe we can place a redstone block. Similar to how we have our mystical agriculture, I can just place a redstone block underneath this, and it will automatically trigger the crafting process. Yep, and there it goes. So it is doing its thing. It's charging up right now currently. It's, so it's getting all the energy it needs inside of these guys. You can see them filling up with their power. So they're going to fill up, and then we got dino DNA going on. It's injecting into the fusion crafter. Dino DNA. And then I'm curious, how many of these do we need for this to consider itself wyvern tier crafting? Just one? Does that count? Okay, let's see. So again, for you, not usage, recipe. Go ahead and craft all the things for this again. We're going to put you in there. And bam. Is that enough? Inject your tier 2 low. Okay, so I see what it is. Okay, so for each, we would need these to be, we would need at least the minimum of these to be the wyvern tier. Okay, that makes sense. So what does that mean? Well, we kind of preemptively jumped the gun on Draconic, essentially, is what it means. We need to get nether stars being produced before we can really do much else with this. Because all of this is going to require wyvern tier, like everything's wyvern tier. There doesn't seem to be much that's made with the basic tier at all. So another crystallite chest plate, an acceleration wand. Is that that's a tick modifier, right? That's a time in a bottle, isn't it? What could I accelerate? Like, I really don't have anything that needs. I just want to test this out. Change speed, mode fast, sneak right click to pull blocks. No idea. Anyway, but yeah, all right. So that means next episode we're gonna get set up with our wither killer. So let's get all of that ready to go. We need our wither builder. We're going to need a mob crusher. We're going to need some kind of witherproof blocks. What do we have that is witherproof? Witherproof bricks, witherproof blocks, witherproof glass. What if I search for like #wither? Tinted glass from mob grinding utilities is witherproof. The death muffler. Oh, right click to hide boss bar too. I kind of like that. We're going to add that to the to-do list. I'm immune to wither. I'm already immune to wither. I don't need to worry about anything. Mob crusher, wither builder. We're going to want, you know, the whole refined storage network transmitter gamut. So I'm going to go ahead and craft those up because we're going to need to output soul sand and all that good stuff. And since we're going to be there, we might as well get, you know, wireless transmission going so we can access our system. Let's see. We're going to need soul sand, right? We don't have a lot of this. We need to teach the system how to make it. Let's just kick that off real quick. Scroll. Okay, so there's soul sand made. We have the nether skull or the wither skulls. We have 716, and I can always kick on our mob masher again. So I'm going to go ahead and get this set up to a degree. I mean, I won't make the builder and the crusher and all that stuff, but I'll get the tinted glass made. I'll get the structure for it all taken care of, and then we'll build this thing next episode. So if you enjoyed, please feel free to like, comment, subscribe. I do appreciate it, and it really does help out the channel. Thanks for stopping by. Thanks for watching. We'll see you in the next one. Have a good one.